why don't we go to the final game, and we'll carry on until Chris turns up and gives me the hook and tells me to turn this podcast off.
Yeah, he just stuck his head through
I
the
bet
door.
he did.
Go ahead.
I bet he did. Call it, well, I'm going to call it the firing line. I'm going to give you some names. And we did this last time on when I interviewed you. It was a couple of years ago. I know you won't remember, but I'm going to give you some names. If there's a tiny story.
Here he is right here.
Oh, what's he saying?
Well, he's saying, get the hook. No. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. I'm going to give you some names. You give me maybe even a tiny little story to go with them. And the first one is Arn Anderson.
Arn Anderson?
Mm-hmm.
Arn is unbelievable. I didn't know Arn was a southpaw. I was wrestling for the first time. Never met him in Greensboro. When we kayfabe, didn't share locker rooms. Didn't go over match. And he took me to the ring and he told me to block the punch. Well, he goes to hit me and I throw my arm up. And he's fucking southpaw. He knocks the living fuck out of me. I went, God damn, why don't you just tell me? Well, I looked right at him and said, God damn, tell me you're a southpaw. How he laughed his ass off.
Next name is Tessa Blanchard.
Tessa Blanchard. I love Tessa. She's a little high-strung. As Tully's daughter. What, she's a great talent, this business. I don't know what, and I don't get involved in the heat, but I'm surprised that one of the big companies hadn't signed her. I just don't know what happened, and it's probably none of my business.
I think a bit of she said, an accusation here or there has been flown around, maybe a bit, as you say, high-strung, maybe a bit difficult to deal with, but as far as I can tell, she's still a great talent for the women's division.
Well, yeah, she is, man. I hadn't seen her in a year or so. I think I seen her at the thing that happens in Winston-Salem every year, a year ago. And she got into it that night with Sandman, threatened to beat his fucking ass and everything. Oh, yes. I'm not shit. Sandman said something to her. And next thing I knew, she was cutting a hell of an interview on him. I'll beat your ass, motherfucker. And I'm going, fuck. I just walked off, Yeah.
You might notice that some of these names are quite random. Eric Bischoff.
Okay. He took over WCW. I'm kind of like Jimmy Cornette, but don't get me wrong. I don't hate nobody in this business. And I think we all have our freedom to talk. Jimmy Cornette made a comment not long ago. He's still trying to get over. Okay. That's all. If you're in the business, you understand what I just said. Yeah. I like Eric. Eric's my friend.
Dark Journey.
I really didn't know her, but she was a valet for Bill Watts when I was there. And right when they come in, it was at the end. Being Rob, when she come in there, Robert and I were already gone. Only time I seen her again was when I went back to wrestle Flair on one of Bill Watts' show. It's just in one night out.
Jimmy Del Rey.
You know what? He first come into Smoky Mountain. I never met him. That's right when Stan Lane left. And I'm in the dressing room, and Cornette tells me, he goes, this guy here is going to be the one to take Stan Lane's place at the Heavenly Bodies with Tom Pritchard. And I look over at him, and he's a redheaded boy with a tooth gone. He looked like Opie goddamn Taylor. And I'm told Cornette, I said, man, we're going to draw a goddamn dime with this guy, man. What the fuck are we doing? He said, oh, we go to that, and I go to the ring. And you don't know people about the business. And it was Jimmy Del Rey and Tom Pritchard. And I locked up with him. I went, you got to be shitting me. This motherfucker's unbelievable. That's my experience with Jimmy Del Rey. He did what a butter here. And it's like Stan Lane never left the goddamn, like they replaced him. Well, fuck, they went on to WWF and hell of a run up there for a long time, him and Tom.
Yeah,
they were fucking good, man.
Yeah. I asked Dr. Tom, and I said, can you give me a story about Jimmy Del Rey? And he just went, not really. Not one that I can actually tell.
Yes, I know. It's a lot like that. But It was really surprising because to look at him and then get in the ring with him was two totally different stories.